Hi guys, Transformers of Eternia here, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on. Recently, they've been released talking about. Well, we got one already. They've been Transformers Legacy has been releasing Pretenders basically. So they got Skullgrin, everyone knows about. They released pictures of that. And that's a deluxe. And then there's pictures that came out of Bomb Burst. He's a core class figure. And we already got Iguanus, and that's a core class figure as well. So it's kind of a weird mix that they're doing smaller versions of Pretenders and larger versions of Pretenders. And it's kind of a weird kind of mix. So now that being said, there is talk of course, there's going to be a bludgeon figure. That's what I think that's a rumor. I can't remember where I heard that from. But anyway, that's out there in the internet somewhere. Anyway, so if we're going to get a bludgeon figure, then I guess in my mind as a kid, I didn't have many Transformers. So the ones I did have, I kind of have great memories with, I guess. I was one of those kids where I didn't get a lot for Christmas because we were so broke, so poor. I wasn't a privileged class person. I was just a kid that lived in the poorest places when I was a kid. But nothing to make you feel sorry about me. I'm just saying that that's how I grew up. So my mom always gave like my wish list or whatever. I don't know how she did it to the city or whatever, and the donations of toys that came in, I would always get toys from them. And of course, as a kid, I didn't really realize that. And my mom, I just gave my mom all the credit, which, she should deserve all the credit too because she's the one that did this. But that being said, I ended up getting Transformers once in a great while. I didn't get many, but I did get Octopunch as a kid. And for me, I always thought that I just loved Octopunch. And I mean, yeah, he's a pretender. He wasn't really a transformer in like normal Transformers. And I just always loved him because like those toys that my mom would that the city or whatever the kids donation Toys for Tots or whatever would give would always be like Masters of the Universe figures at the time. So I got a lot of Masters of the Universe figures from that. So I didn't have a lot of Transformers, so I would play Octopunch. I would play with him with my Masters of the Universe figures, and he kind of looks the part, except for the Transformer that comes out of him. But so that's kind of the nostalgia I have for this character, and so I'm really kind of hoping that Hasbro will do a deluxe version at least of Octopunch because I just have great nostalgia for this character. I mean, just the outer shell to me is cool. I mean, it's not transforming, but it's just cool looking. It looks like some kind of a Cthulhu-ish, H.P. Lovecraft type of thing, which is very fitting actually for Masters of the Universe type stuff. I don't know why Masters of the Universe didn't get into like underwater things other than Merman. I think Merman could have had other things, other creatures working with him that would have been Cthulhu-like. So anyway, I don't want to get into that because this is a Transformers type of thing. But Octopunch was one of my favorites growing up. And yeah, the little guy that came out of him that transformed into a crab thing was not the greatest, but it was just there. So I'm just wondering if they make Octopunch, his color scheme of his actual shell body is not really the same as the yellow crab guy that's inside. So it's kind of if he transforms into the crab from Octopunch, the actual outer shell, look like kind of like they did with Skullgrin, then I'm just wondering how they're going to do it. And I'm really hoping that they do give us one, a good one, that's worthy of having and not some, like remold or some kind of a not very good version. But so Octopunch is something I'm really kind of anticipating. I mean, I do like Bludgeoned. I think he would be cool, and I'm sure he'll turn into a tank and all that. But I I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll get him. He's a popular character, and back in the, I think it was, what was it, Power of the Primes. We got I got Octopunch and Bludgeon and all those Pretender Shell types, mini little characters, but they didn't have all the love that you would get in like a Transformer, like, so they're just like little characters that kind of, I mean, I guess they're scaled kind of somewhat fitting for the Transformers, but it just wasn't the same as the Pretenders that we got in the 80s. So I just wanted to do a quick thought on this. Basically, I'm just hoping that we get Octopunch, and I hope it's a good one, because I want to have my legit Octopunch to put in my collection, and well, Skullgrin too, and some of the other ones I'm sure too. But I wasn't a big Pretenders fan in general, but Octopunch and those type of, like, the villains, I think the human one looking ones were weird because they broken in two, and then there was a robot inside. It's really strange. But for the Decepticons, they were more monstrous and more. They just felt like Master of the Universe figures to me. That they just kind of fit in with that. So it's just kind of cool. I think that I honestly think that Hasbro should have just, instead of, because they know that they can't do the shell type of thing. So why didn't they just give us basically like an action figure with a backpack? That basically the backpack came off and transformed into a robot and into the crab or the small tank or something like that. I just don't know why they didn't do that. Because then you could have a fully posable, the shell of what the character once was, and you would have the robot as well. Why didn't they think of that? Because they're getting the transform element in there. It's still there, but it's just, you also get the original thing. That way you'd please both fans, the fans of the shell of the creature looking thing, and then you'd also please the fans of the robot inside. I mean, the robot would be smaller, I guess, but it'd be basically like Soundwave. Soundwave has small cassettes that comes out of him, and he still is able to transform and look like he's supposed to. And the cassettes are cool, But these would just be more or less action figures that don't transform. They'd have backpacks that would come off, and even the backpack could go even in their back a little bit, whatever. And then it could be basically the same type of thing. You come off, transform into whatever the thing was originally, It's a win-win situation. Well, Hasbro, you can call me on that one. I'll give you that one for free, but I don't think you're going to do it because you already got your stuff started for your Pretenders. So anyway, that's where I land on the Pretenders and Transformers Legacy and what they're doing with the new designs. So that's pretty much all I have. Like, share, subscribe. I'm on Instagram. I put a lot of pictures on Instagram in my page or whatever. And I have a Facebook page or whatever where I post stuff, and you can go on there and check out some stuff. But I haven't really posted much because for some reason I just don't get anyone going over there. I don't know if anyone could see it. I don't understand how. I don't know. I'm recently back on Facebook. It's been years since I've been on Facebook, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Well, anyway, that's pretty much all I have for this show. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.